toxicnesses, the mobbing, the discrimination, and the racism is what we are going to find out today from my story. Brace yourself, carry that tissue, because we are going to cry. Stay tuned. Good day, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here today. For those who do not know me, my name is Nomhlanga. I'm an immigrant nurse living and working in Germany. Today's video is a story time where I'm answering most of your questions on racism. On Instagram, I get a ton of questions on, is there racism in Germany? How do you survive racism? How is this? How is this? Discrimination? What do you do? Do the police take action when there is racism and all that? And I've been hesitant to share this information for a while because it's something that really affected me a lot. But now I can share it with you. So let's jump onto the video. I did my nursing studies here in Germany, like the Ausbildung. It's what I did. And yeah, I must say, it was the best decision of my life because now I've got a certificate, a career, which I did in a foreign country with a different language for that matter. Like, it's an achievement that I never take for granted. So, where I started noticing discrimination things is we'll just go by years and years because this is all about being a black nurse in Germany. So during my Ausbildung, on my third year, finally, just the last 6 months, that's when I started noticing things. The first was where I trained, it was a bit far from where we live. So I was asked if after my nursing studies, I would like to stay there and be a staff nurse. Then I told them that I cannot stay. And the reason being was it's far and I do not have a car. So it would be difficult. For example, during the studies, when I had practicals, guys, we start to work at 6. We used to start, I think, at 6:30 in the morning. So on weekends and public holidays, I'll say especially Sunday and public holidays, for me to arrive at work at 6:30 was impossible. Sometimes I'll arrive at 8 o'clock. So that's how bad it was. And you'd ask that maybe can I do an afternoon shift where I can arrive at 1 o'clock like everyone else? Then you would see like from the response that no, you do not have that option. It's either you come in the morning or you do not come. So that was also the main reason why I thought, no, I won't stay. Then when I told them that I cannot stay at this place after my studies, guys, that's where the mobbing started. From, it starts with one person who go and tell the other person and the other person. And what I noticed, it came from the management, yeah? Oh, so we can't invest, like maybe let's say you want to learn something, maybe you say, could you please show me how you inject a patient an IM injection? You get statements like, why should we bother investing our time on you, yet you won't stay here? Mind you, I'm still left with 6+ months. I'm now approaching my exam time, and it might happen that during my exam, I'll get in my practical exam, I might have to inject someone this IM injection. So yeah, it wasn't fun at all, people. Like after my practical exam, we were many students. So there was this thing, one of my supervisors even said to me, I think you are going to fail. Imagine someone telling you that. Imagine someone telling you that you are going to fail. We think, like in our ward, we were 4 students. We think that one is going to come first. That one, they had their own favorite, yeah. And then, yeah, the two of us who had said we won't stay, we faced it all, guys. But I serve a living God. Do you know, I prayed and even fasted when I got my practice. Like, you had to submit patients' names, like with certain diagnosis, to choose which one you are going to do for your exam. Do you know that these people changed my patients? And just on the exam day, I noticed my exam sheet came with a different patient. And I was like, oh God, yeah. But I went there, I did my thing. With us, they will just tell you immediately whether you passed or not. And they told me that, you know what, girl, you did amazing on this exam. So it will come, our teachers from school, so they'll be coming to the clinic, nursing home, everywhere, like in your practical place. And they told me that you passed. Like, this was amazing. Then I told them a story, like this story that, it happened like this, like this. So I was afraid. They were like, you've had 3 years to practice, and we saw all that. You did very well. Congratulations. Guys, I and this other lady who were told like we were going to fail, we are the ones who passed our practical exams. The other guys didn't pass. And guys, it was now even worse. You'll hear like, these girls, no, how could, like, you passed, you didn't even leave marks for the other guys. Like, there was that thing of jealousy. Then I just ignored it. Then now the real life came. The gap on, I think I had about 3 weeks to finish off my practicals and then go to school for the exams. Guys, and it was now supposed to be the beginning of a new month. Do you know that within those 3 weeks, I was planned without an off day? Imagine. No, there was one off day in 21 days. I said no. Do you know that I looked for solutions? I asked my school classmates that what would you do if you were in my situation? Then I I went to my teacher at school and asked him that, sir, could you please check for me how many failed days do I have? We were supposed to have 60 within a space of 3 years, only to discover that, guys, I had 15 failed days within 2.5 years. Like, I said, okay. I went to my doctor. Because now, one, I started noticing that I was panicking when my alarm rang that I'm supposed to go to work. I will start panicking. If I do any silly mistake or even bath a patient later than the usual time, maybe this resident wants to be washed at 7 o'clock. If I got there 7:05, I will have a hearing. Imagine, why were you late? Why, it was overwhelming. I was burnt out. I started having these panic attacks. I was just not myself. I went to my doctor, my GP. I told them that I can't even read. I have to study for my exams, but work is just, I'm being nervous. I want time. I can't even sleep properly. My doctor said, I can't give you medication to sleep. You are still too young for that. What I'll do, this is a sign of you do not have peace, you are unstable. This could lead to something dangerous later. So take a few off days until you go back to school. And then they wrote me that, do you know, for the first time in a while, I slept. And that really helped me until I graduated. It was great. So now I've graduated. I chose a certain clinic where I would want to work at. It was lovely because they had this intensive care set up. It was for learning directly after your studies. It was going to be wonderful for me, and that's why I really chose it. It was my first priority. It wasn't very far from home. Guys, I started working there. Oh, by the way, it was also one my last placement. So I really enjoyed it there. I went there. That's when I discovered that as a blackness, you are not accepted here. You have to work 10 times harder than a normal nurse who is originally from here, maybe with a white skin. That's how it was with me. You know, there was this colleague. She wasn't even a qualified nurse. She was an assistant, a helper. This nurse made my life so terrible. I would even cry going to work. Imagine crying, guys, because someone is making your life tough. This lady, we did night duty together one time. So we'll do night duty, maybe the 4 of us or so. So when we were on night duty, she went outside to smoke and asked me to look after her patients. I said it's okay. She went outside to smoke. Guys, she smoked for maybe 45 minutes. She came back, and I have to say that, like, she had a bit difficult patients, and I'm still a fresh staff nurse, so I do not know how some of these things are done. So she came. I told her that, please, next time do not go for such a long time, because I'm still new. I'll be afraid, you know. She said okay, but that okay with an attitude. And then an hour later, she goes again. She said, yeah, just take care of them again. This time she's not asking, it's a command. Guys, 30 minutes gone. Another time, she goes again. Then, when she goes for the third time, she says, you know, that, let me do like this. Since I want to be smoking a lot, I'm under stress. Can you take that patient to be your patient for the night? Guys, you are there, you are pressed, you can't even say no. I said, okay. I took the patient. So, and then I asked her when we were knocking off that, do you have so many smoking breaks which are so long? Because today you went out for maybe a total of almost 3 to 4 hours. She said, as a fresh graduate, you've got a big mouth. That's what she literally said. I said, but you know, when there are problems later, I will be affected. She says to me, hey, if I were you, I'll just close your mouth. It was like a threat. Then, what this lady went and did, she went to our ward managers. We had 3 of them. Told them that I'm incompetent. I don't think I can survive night duty, because she had to take over my work all the time. Imagine, guys, you know, I'm called for a meeting. Then they says to me, yes, no, we heard that you can't cope in night duty, blah, blah, blah. I was like, people, please, I do not know how. Ask the other 2 colleagues that we had on that day. They were, well, those ones were very busy that time. But honestly speaking, this is not true what this lady is saying. I'm not happy about this. Instead, she's the one who kept leaving me with her patients. But you see, when you're telling people who are not even willing to listen to you. Another lady who was a manager. No, so you can't do this. I said, okay. But that thing really bothered me. So when I was knocking off from that day shift, I was going out, I saw this lady who said all these things about me smoking with two of these managers. Like when I passed, they were like laughing. I saw them, they noticed that I saw them. They were like laughing. Guys, that thing broke me. That's when I knew that no, this is not okay. So even if I go to the highest managers, like the matrons, no one is going to listen to me. Then when I was walking down to the bus stop. I didn't have a car during that time. I was walking to the bus stop. This lady passes me with her car. She says to me, I told you that you are nobody here. All those people that you'd want to even report me to are all my friends. She skid her car and drove away. Ha! Next day, I come to work. This other manager says, by the way, we have got proof that you are not taking care of your patient. All our patients were on monitors. So they show me like the endocardiogram line that, look, this time the patient had removed their robot buttons. We said the robot buttons. So this time they were not monitored. That time they were not monitored. So you were responsible for this patient. I said during this time she was responsible, and as from around 3 o'clock in the morning, she asked me to take over the patient. Hence, look at the endocardiogram reading from 3 o'clock in the morning, or even the oxygen saturation and everything. From 3 o'clock until 6 o'clock, you will get a different answer and story. Well, when she was away, this patient will remove, I'll go and replace all those things. I'll do it. So that's why you could get some readings. So, hey, this woman says to me, so I'm talking and you're talking. Yeah. That's when I knew that, no, this is not my place. One lady, now this one, these two now, the manager and this one, are now telling the others that, no, she can't do this. Or she's incompetent. All this. But you can't defend yourself. You do not know how the system works on some things. You can't even lay a complaint. Then I discovered 2-3 ladies who said to me, they noticed how unfairly I was treated. And also now the other thing which made me not leave that time is because I am still have got this residence permit which has to be renewed. I was afraid. I didn't know that if I leave this job and go to another, will this affect my residence permit? I was so afraid, guys, to an extent where even being at work, even during break time, I'll be even afraid to eat with others, because you'll see the eyes of the way how the people be looking at your lunchbox and all that. And by the way, I carry nice food to work. And then these ladies tell me that, Snow, we'll try and say, we hope they will listen to us, that whenever we've got shifts, you work with us. Because a lot of people have come and go, and you are not the first one. These ladies, when they start, you won't manage to finish them. Then, it actually helped. I started enjoying work. A certain incident happened at work. At work, when patients get discharged, some leave even 20 euros for coffee in the station's money bank. Yeah. So this money in this ward, it was never shared like other wards where they will say, oh, these 2 months we managed to make 1,000 euros through tips. Let's share it amongst all of us here in the ward. No. They used to say this money there will be maybe a lunch or dinner for everyone. If you don't come, you don't get anything. And also this word where it was, what I found really strange, there were no team meetings. they didn't want confrontation or anything. So you just work January to December, no team meeting, nothing. So, and when there were these days where they would go and eat out, it would be set. The favorites are the ones who will be on morning shift or on night shift. Then the rest, the unfavorites, you will be on day shift, on afternoon shift. And then they will set the time for the dinner at 5 o'clock. So, meaning those who have got night duty can still come, those who at morning shift are going to attend. So it was set even when someone would get a baby shower or something, the favorites got gifts. That's how it was, just for info. So, guys, the money which was being given out by patients went missing. At first, actually, they said from the bank there, about, I think they said about 3,000 euros went missing. Guys, it was a lot of money. Like, I think it was not all the money that has been that people used to give the ward and almost for the whole year. Money went missing the first time, about 3K. Second time, I think it was 2,000. Ha. If you were a foreigner in that ward, especially the black people, they say, the suspects here could be the black ones because they come from poor countries, so they need this money. Imagine someone looking at you saying that statement. Or these young foreigners from these East European countries, they might need that money. Hey, if I tell you that, they even set cameras with the police without anyone knowing. The D-Day came. A German colleague stole that money. He was the one stealing the money. They say it was, please, let's not talk about this anymore. It's over. Because it was that person. Nothing was done. They were released of their duties. Something like that. Then I was wondering, had it been I, a blackness, I guess I would be even on the newspaper. That thing, those weeks where I think it was 2 weeks of terrible things. You got to work. They say, hey, today you brought a takeaway to work. What if it's the word money? Imagine. But to the others, it's nothing is being said. That's how bad it was. Then I saw that this hospital is not for me. This word, it was bad. I was at that hospital. I tried to hold on until I got my permanent residence. And then I went on my maternity leave. And I knew it that there is no way after such a long maternity leave I'm going to go back there. Then this manager asked me, that was the vice matron. Why I would like to know why you won't be coming to join our team when you give birth. In my rightful senses, I wanted to say, do you think I'm that brainless to come back to such a toxic environment? I wanted to say that. I told them that I guess you know the answer. That you should know. I'll never step my foot over there. Even now, when I'm a travel nurse, I listed that hospital that I would rather stay home and be jobless than to go and work over there, over my dead body. That's how bad it was. After my maternity leave, I moved over to an acute hospital. With this hospital, the colleagues were okay, I must say. Maybe they were pretending, but yeah, I must say I had a good relationship with the colleagues. Even today, I sometimes pass by because that's where my husband works. So I sometimes pass by over there to say hi, and we still talk, even on social media or on anywhere. Like, we talk, we sometimes go for drinks. They're okay. And then in this hospital, I would say the patients, there is you go to school, you know your job, but the patient judges your ability, your knowledge through the color of your skin. That's where most of my racism events, or whatever I can say, came from. It was through the patients. One time, I was with the student nurse. Fresh, like the student nurse, it was her first placement. We got to a patient's room. I'll tell them that, oh, just before we enter, I'll tell them, when we get here, we greet, we introduce ourselves, we tell them what we are doing with the patients today, so that the patients know. We get there, the patient, I tell them, I'm Snow. Let's just say the other student was, oh, Laura. Hey, I'm Laura, blah, blah, blah. This patient, not a dement one, clear in the head here. I think she was about 40 years old. Says, Laura, could you please check my medication? I do not know. I still have got pain here. When I tried asking her whether is it the medication that she was taking whilst she was still at home, or it's new that she started getting it in this hospital, she just says to me, shut up, you black thing, I'm talking to this nurse. Then this student nurse, Laura, didn't like that. She says, no, you have to listen what this nurse is saying, because she is the nurse. I'm a student. I've been here for just 2 days. I do not know anything about medication. So please redirect your question to her. This woman kept quiet, like, I would rather not ask than to ask this person. I said, well, that's your problem. I went and documented everything. You know, that was the first one. Time went on, you'd meet some, you know, there was one patient, wherever that patient is, you know, I loved them. They were dement. But they loved me, so they couldn't say my name. So they'll just say, hey, you blackness, I love you, come and bat me. You know how to do your work. So, like, do Schwarze. So no, it was a man. So the way how you would say it, everyone knew it, even his relatives, when they came to visit, they knew that, oh, there is a Schwarze nurse here, and they even apologized. They said, sorry that he calls you the blackness, but you make his days here. Guys, this man will be high demand. But the moment they come there, he will even kiss my hand. Oh, today I kissed a black person. That's how you said. So it was funny, but it was okay. I never, with that one, no stress. And then, guys, we got a certain patient. This patient was a high-profile patient, a woman. Hey, this woman got operated at the hospital. So after the operation, she couldn't go to the toilet properly. So she needed some laxatives, and that weekend, it was on a Sunday, I was free. I didn't have duty. But because there was a shortage, I thought, then let me just come and take a morning shift. It's okay. The night duty nurse said, yesterday in the evening, the afternoon nurse gave her something. In the night, this woman said she definitely wants something again. And so the night nurse said she gave her something around 4 a.m. So I come in here to her around 7, just before 7 o'clock. She says she wants something again. I told her that, hey, ma'am, I suggest you wait a little bit, because you've got some strong laxatives. It might give you serious problems down there. So let's wait for these things to work. You go to the toilet. Let's see whether your dam is empty or not. We'll see. 30 minutes later, she says she wants something else. Now, she was angry. And then I told her that I still suggest you wait, because if we do this again, you might even collapse while in the toilet. It's dangerous. This woman was in the bathroom, on the bathroom sink. Yeah, she had a toilet chair. Yeah. So whilst she was there, she stood up on the toilet chair, moved the toilet chair a little bit back, opened her ass, guys, like this, said, "You look at yourself. You are just the same as my ass, the inside part. You can't come all the way from your Africa or the bushes or where you came from to tell me that I have to wait for medication. This is my country. Okay? Listen to me very carefully. Go and bring me that medication. You cuck." Like feces. She called me that. I said, "Excuse me." She said, "You can't see your color of your skin. You just look like cuck." Hey, guys. I lost it. I lost it. That moment, I saw her lying on the floor, me beating her. But then I thought, no, man, I've got a family, I've got a child, and I don't want to go behind bars. I saw the orange is the new black. That moment, I just wanted to finish her off. Just like the lockdown, just to finish her off. And then I just moved the chair close to her, put on the brakes that she won't fall down. In case I leave, she says I'm the one who pushed her and she fell down. When I left, I met physiotherapists and some of my colleagues. Like they heard the shouting, but they didn't hear exactly what was being said close to the door area. And so I was shaking. I broke down. That I was here. When there's that lump in your throat. I turned back. I thought, no, let me go and show her who am I. Let me show her what we do in the bushes. Since she said I come from the bushes. But no, one of my colleague, that lady, she just came and hugged me. She said, "No, you are worth more than that. Don't do it. Don't." I think she saw what I was going to go and do. Guys, that was it. Monday, I couldn't even talk about it. And in the hospital, how news fly. Everyone knew that there was a racism thing in that in the Cherokee, blah blah blah. "Host, no, how are you doing? We heard it." I waited for the officers to open where the matrons and the hospital director is, blah blah blah. When I went there, I told them I didn't want anyone's view. I went to them and asked, "What do I do in this situation? Like, this person, right?" I know that statement finished me. They said, one, the other one was so sarcastic, like, "Let's call the Build newspaper. It's a newspaper, like if you come from South Africa, it's the Daily Sun. If you're from Zimbabwe, it's Umtunywa." They exaggerate the stories in a juicy way. I said, no. I think they wanted to cheer me up because my eyes were still swollen from crying and being sad. Then they said to me, "What we can do is you are protected here. They are the hospital lawyers and everything. We are involved in the lawyers because this is a racism thing. We do not take such things lightly." The doctors, the head of directors of the doctors called me. She said he doesn't accept such behavior from patients, especially from such a high-profile patient, or by the way, a politician. So I make it clear. Then he says to me, in order to make this place safe for everyone, this woman has to leave the hospital with immediate effect. They are banned from the group of hospitals, from our group of hospitals. And until she leaves late that day, I'm not supposed to come across her. No, she said the following day, I think it was the following day, I'm not supposed to touch her, I'm not supposed to do anything. Then the doctors, the big doctors went and spoke to her, told her that, yeah, this is the situation you are living and stuff. Later, this woman, just before we knock off, comes to our nurse's room, the office. She says she's got a little bit of money for our coffee. We say the coffee case, the tips in the jar. She says, I want to put something. My colleague, another one, she said, no, I'm sorry, we are not allowed to accept gifts from patients. This woman, I think she had about 100 euros or so. I said, no, ma'am, we do not accept. She says, but other people come and put 5 euros and so and so. I said, no, we do not accept, because it was from her. Had it been any other person, we were going to say thank you and put it, but then we said no. She said, no, I'm sorry, ma'am. She says to me, I'm looking for a certain woman. I would like to talk to her. Then they asked her which woman. She said, the woman who attended me. Now she didn't know my name. She didn't want to say the blackness. Then she then said, the woman that I treated unfairly. Everyone turned their head. I said, oh, by the way, I'm here. You can say whatever you want to say in front of everyone. But no, I wanted to apologize for that. I was under stress. When you can't go to the toilet, it happens like this. Guys, I wasn't even listening to it. And then I just turned around. I left her talking. Because my eyes were starting to tear up again. I left her. Then also that week we were going on vacation. So the hospital lawyers asked me they wanted to talk to me. So they write a proper statement, as so to say. And then I had to go to the police station to go and make a statement, blah, blah, blah. Then I was like, I told my manager that I can't talk at this moment. Every time I think about this incident, I just want to cry. It's now a lot for me. And I had a feeling that even when I was going to the supermarket or driving, I had a feeling that someone was following me. And now my child at the kindergarten, I became afraid whether these people were following me. I had that feeling that someone is behind me. What if they come and they kidnap me and my child or my husband? So we left. I said, okay, we are going just on a short vacation for 7 days. I'll be back. Then I'll be fresh. I'll go and make my police statement. Guys, I came back. When I was away, I spoke to my husband. My husband just said, let's pray about it. Let God show his power. Let God show who he is, On the other hand, I was like, I'm a Christian. You have to just forgive and just let things go. That thing that, this person is a mother. She will get arrested. Her kids. I had all those mixed feelings. But I just said, God, take care of everything. And I came back, guys. On the newspaper, it was there. That woman died. She passed away, I think the day before. So because she was a prominent person, she was known in the area. She died. And I felt bad. Now I was asking myself whether was it my prayers or what really happened. Maybe the illness got too much of her. I don't know. So yeah, that was my experience, discrimination with patients. And then now the last part is now as a travel nurse. As a travel nurse, it, we all know it. Agency nurses, we are not liked anywhere we go. Anywhere we go. No matter what, there will be always that colleague. Okay, most of their jealousy of that. How come we do the same work but you get more money? That's something that if you are thinking of joining this agency, nursing, travel, nursing, and so, that's expect that it's there. You can't take it away. And the benefits, everything, like everything is linked on with how come we do the same job, you get more benefits, money, and all those things. So I worked at a certain hospital. I loved the ward because it was something that I'd never done before. So for the experience, it was great. I was on vacation. I had 3 weeks vacation time, annual leave. So yeah, in the middle of my vacation, I got planned one day. One day in the middle. So colleagues will just do it amongst themselves, that, there we are, blah, blah, blah. And then they just plant me. Then I told them that, guys, I don't think I can come here. It's in the middle of my vacation and we are traveling away. So I can't leave my vacation, come and work and go back again with this one day. So I'm sorry, I can't do that. Yeah, I will see, blah, blah, blah. I think the colleague was responsible for that forgot to remove me, or I don't know what they did. Then someone writes me, a friend, say, I can't wait. Tomorrow we are working together. I'm not even in Germany that time. Flight got cancelled, and we were going to be taking the flight the day after tomorrow. So now I call and tell them that, oh, by the way, you guys planned me for that shift. I won't be in Germany. Where I am now, our flight got cancelled for tomorrow, which means I am not coming like I had said before. So you know it, look for someone else. The colleague said, oh yeah, that makes sense. We were wondering, how can you leave your holiday and come, blah, blah, blah. Okay, done. Thank you for informing us, Snow. Bye. Hey. 5 minutes later, I get messages on my phone. Candy Crush bombs. Bam, bam. The ward manager. She says to me, you are in London, which means you can go and hire a car at Europa Car and you can drive from London to Stuttgart tomorrow. I expect you to be at work. By the way, I never told her that I was in London. Hey. Imagine who would drive with a child in an unplanned journey like that. She said, by the way, another message said, you have got enough money to book another flight, blah, blah, blah. You can check another flight which can leave from London to Munich, from Munich to Stuttgart, or from Frankfurt. But she just planned my itinerary, everything. I said, I can't afford. Do you think I'll just do that? Like, in my rightful senses, would I do that? It's your fault that you even planned me without my knowledge. Guys, the messages that I got, I was shocked that a few days, the other person cancelled 8 shifts, which they were planned for her. You are saying best wishes. This same manager is the one saying that today you are doing this because I am the one. Hey, when I get back to work, she was giving me a cold shoulder. I said, I'm here to work for my man. I don't care about you. Do it. And then she noticed on my plan that I had 7 days off. Now there were colleagues missing, staff shortage. Hello, Snow, our Instagram, our social media influence. I said, no, we're at work. We don't talk about those things here. Because now she's even stalked me on social media. She's gone on my Instagram. She's busy liking, like stalking me. It is making me uncomfortable. Sending me Instagram, she'll say something funny, which I don't find funny. Then she'll start sending me, hey. And then, then I said, no, thanks. I can't do that. Hey, next day, I come to work. They didn't notice that I was there. Guys, they were gossiping about me. I knew that I was a celebrity. Hey, one said, I can't believe it, that someone all the way from Africa comes here and and make so much money. I don't even know who told them how much money we make, because it's all an assumption. I'll never tell you my exact current salary. Never. One says, hey, the car that she drives, yesterday, the other time, I parked close to her in the parking house. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. The other one says, hey, I hear the husband is a doctor. I wonder what type of doctor would just choose an African nurse. One's response said, I once saw on her Instagram status, it was her birthday. She posted her husband with her. So the husband is also African or maybe Black American. Like, it was a meeting about me. The good thing is I never save these people's numbers on my WhatsApp, because I like WhatsApp, guys, is private. There was a WhatsApp group for shifts and everything and what, but Instagram just see like the rest of everyone. So now it was really one said, maybe when next time we go eating out, we should invite her. So we interrogate and ask how she does that. Imagine. I said, over my dead body. You will never see me drinks and all these things, nonsense things. I won't take part. And that's when I knew that now, yeah, being a blackness here, we are not accepted in the system. Toxicnesses are there, and the sad part is some are still young nurses, guys, really young. I'm talking about people who are maybe in their 20s. If you have such a mind, what will happen when you are in your 50s? Maybe, I don't know, maybe you're in the wrong profession. It won't end. So this is my story. I've healed from it. And by the way, I'm a hard nut to crack. That woman who made me break down in that hospital was the last. Now, it's either you accept me or you move away. So, for you to know, I will never quit my job because of toxicity. I will never leave my job because there is a mobbingness. Unfortunately, I can't mob you, but I will make you feel useless. You will change your ways. It's either you will like me or you are the one who are going to leave that job. And my job, I love it so much. I always thank God for giving me this career path. I embrace it. I love it. You will never take that from me. And I know I am a good nurse. I take care of patients from the heart. My blessings are coming from God, not from human. So whether you like me or you do not like me, I don't care. But we are at work to take care of the patients, something that we went to school for, something that we are paid to do. So let's meet at work, let's do our jobs, and let's go home in peace. If you wondering, yeah, Africa, yeah, baboons and bushes and all that nonsense, I dare you to book a holiday from Cairo to Cape Town. Just see Africa. Then tell me whether you're going to come with the same brain. Thank you very much for listening to my story. Take care.